I'm drinking the cloudy apple cider from the Napoleon. It's there. It's very good.
This is the Red Duck Ox. Fantastic beverage. I've had it many times before.
Flavours?
It's pretty much a stock standard stout, to be honest, but it's very cocoa-y, bit of soy on the nose, and just delicious at the moment.
This is the Holgate Chocolate Porter. It's a very tasty drop. It's definitely cutting through after 15 previous beers. It just doesn't taste like a generic beer. Very tasty.
It's really nice. It's got a really sort of subtle bitterness to it. Sort of getting that sort of clovey, banana-y flavour that you get from a Hefeweizen.
The best beer here is Kawinda.
Kawinda Pale Ale, and it is absolute magic. It tastes bloody fantastic.
It's quite hoppy, which we like, and it's got florally, and it's a fantastic job.
What's interesting about the microbrewing industry, it's local manufacturing. So it's coming from the earth in terms of its hops and malt and so forth. It's a simple process, there's only 4 ingredients, and then really it's the skill of the brewer that determines the outcome. Everyone's got their own take on it. Beer's been around for thousands of years, but it keeps being redefined in order to make it contemporary and relevant to today.
They make good beer, and the next day I don't get horrifically sick from it.
Apparently they use real ingredients. It's just some of them use too much of the real ingredient.
Refreshing, interesting flavours. You get a good nose on them. It's basically like wine for wine lovers. You get something different out of every glass.
Yeah, exactly. It's an experiment. And you know, every beer that you get from the same brewery is going to be slightly different.
What does your beer have over the mainstream stuff?
Well, over the mainstream, it's not hard to beat the mainstream.
Yeah, I'll give us some examples.
Around here, there's some fantastic beers, you know. So it's good, healthy competition around here. But I guess microbrew beer has flavour, whereas I suppose the mainstream beers have been working on making beer for a cost rather than for a taste. So they've been working a long time at getting the prices down and the cost down, and effectively it's just stripped the flavour out of beer for a long time. Oh well,
I hope so.
They started before the big breweries, and they're just coming back. Yeah.
How is business though?
Oh, business is fantastic. I think we've only been in the business for about a year now, but I think we've come in at a good time because there's queues to get in this place. It's sold out. It's amazing. So the appreciation is fantastic, and it's just been driven by people's tastes, and I guess we're getting the swing that people have gone away from the quick swill to get themselves drunk, and they're drinking beer for flavour rather than for just to get pissed.
It's beautiful.
There's no doubting microbrewers collectively in Australia probably account for 6 to 8% of the market. The market itself in beer sales is about $5 billion a year. So Lion Nathan, which is now purchased and owned by Kirin Breweries from Japan, and obviously Foster's, which just got sold for $12 billion to SAB Miller. Consolidation of ownership has meant that the offering is more limited, more restricted. They're everywhere because they've been around for over 100 years, and consolidation of ownership on an ongoing basis since the 70s and 80s in particular has meant that the brands that have had 50, 100 years in the market now are owned and purely numbers driven, whereas the passion, the dedication is there in the microbrew industry. So as a business, it's a tough gig, very hard to make a dollar because you've got to find a way to sell your product into the marketplace. However, if you can get it out there, it gets people talking.